Tell them all the stink and dirty, stink and dirty.
The one that stops time in Trinidad and Tobago. Right now, everybody on their phone, texting, WhatsApping, messaging, emailing, calling, saying, stop what you're doing. Philip live. Tell them the only show that matters. I'm tired of people saying, oh God, I'm late. How much different 9 o'clock they have in Trinidad? Set your watch, set your reminder, set your alarm. Provoke your neighbor and tell him, cuss me every night at 9 so I can remember. I had to go and listen to Philip. Get him, thunder. So today, every time I think they have nothing left for all you to hear, every time I think, all you have to know, you have to know. You can't start the whole show at that level. You have to calm down. But every time I think, that they have nothing else for all you to see, for all you to realize. It is imps and pimps and simps in the government. Imps, pimps, simps. All the prime minister nearly gave away the treasury for a social media freaking trick. A Nigerian prince nearly take the treasury. Rowley and the media and Simon the Nobrega and the whole police service and everybody involved in government just get tricked. by a Nigerian prince who come to take the treasury. He tell Rowley, Bill and Melinda Gates, I am not kidding you. When I see this post, people messaging me, Bill and Melinda don't give away money for free. What they taking? What we getting? And before, all you say, I say, all the Bill and Melinda grant to Trinidad and Tobago, watch, go and see, back from the first time, all you start talking about that. I ain't say a word. I ain't say nothing. Because I could see bullshit. I have a bullshit radar. I know this is not making sense. Bill and Melinda Gates not giving us money just so. This has something in it. Wait till you find out the rest. Don't jump out like Guardian and Newsday. Don't go and publish. Don't go and say Trinidad getting money. Billions. How we spend. That's where the conversation reach, you know. Who getting it? How we spending it? And the Nigerian prince nearly gave away money. Nearly gave away money. You know how hard it must be for that simp to go and stand up in front of the freaking country. Now you tell me if you shouldn't fire this man today. I mean, you should have fired him yesterday. But you have more patience than me. I tell Trinidad and Tobago, your prime minister is a jackass. Here the jackass latest play. You know what I want to do? I'm going to read it. Straight from the Prime Minister's office. Guardian put up 2 articles so far and take them down. They don't know what to say. You know? The shame. All the investigative reporter. Fire Samson Anton tonight. Fire Boogly. Fire him. Fire him. Fire BC Paris. Fire him. Fire all the talking heads who want to talk about people publishing without checking. Fire the entire media association of Trinidad and Tobago. Fire every publisher. Fire all. All they rush to publish because it come from the government. They say it, write it to freak down. Fire all. But especially people like Oogly Boogly and BC Paris who's want to be lambasting social media. How social media don't check. But like all your real check, partner. All your check. All your real check. This is from the office of the Prime Minister, Chief Simp. Last Saturday, whilst in Guyana, the chairman of CARICOM communicated with me that the office of the Secretary General of the United Nations wanted to reach me and a couple other CARICOM heads. Bing, 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 bing. Boss, look, foreign flags. I'm raising them for you. The head of the freaking United Nations know his job is how to contact 183 countries. You think you had to call Guyana to get all your number? Bing, 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 bing. Alarm. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Not one. Fire Simon De Nobrega. I tell all he's a paid seller. The boy is a jackass. Simon De Nobrega only makes sense when he's drunk. He's a jackass. That's your Minister of Communication. Bing, 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 bing. Hey boy, all here. We get it. Calm. We good, business facts, make a space, Bill and Melinda, bing, sending money, whilst in Guyana. I even leave the first line, Last Saturday, whilst in Guyana, the chairman of CARICOM communicated with me that the office of the Secretary General of the United Nations wanted to reach me and a couple other CARICOM heads. Is that it, sir? Yeah, we call it all. You have Trinidad number? Yeah, well, you have Barbados number too? Call them for me now. Tell them we China reach. Yeah, we going for sushi later. All come in? All of eat fish? Nobody allergic, right? Right, good, right. You tell them we China reach that. UNC people don't laugh. Kamala went on a platform with a Photoshop land-grabbing document that her people did. And she thought it was real. So UNC people don't laugh. This is for people who not tie up in the bullshit parade. This is for people who neither fish nor fowl, who neither ketchup nor mustard. This is for people who decided the shit show that voting for race over a long time. And this is for we. This is where we get to laugh. To advise us that he had received a substantial grant from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to be distributed among us in its ongoing poverty alleviation program. Yes, this Bill Gates here. I want to give some money to all them small countries in the Caribbean. I can't pronounce their names. Yeah, you could get in touch with them. Well, share it up now. Yeah, we could drop it off for you, right? That's not how things are done. But you have a simp for a prime minister surrounded by imps and pimps. Rohan Sinanan is the biggest pimp in the party. A cabinet of clowns, a jackass farm, a ring of pedophiles, bandits, white-collar corruption artists, gender masqueraders. The entire government is a shit show. Fazir, call me. Phil. Phil, come now, let me talk. Tell me again, how much people, you never heard about hyperbole? Hyperbole is when you're talking and they have no way to actually give the information. Because since, you know what I do? Since I talk to Fazir and I wait and people jump out and they share that I say they have 700,000 people living under the poverty line. And Fazir say, I can't say a thing like that without verifying it. So I want to tell you something. You know how you'll find out how much poor people have in Trinidad? 0 ways. You know how much is published? 0 ways. You know how much the Central Statistical Office knows? 0. So all of us who are involved in activism in any way. But you see, I went back and I watched the video and I realized how dark my hair was. And I realized that I was new. I had now jumped out. And this was one of the first experiences on the media. And I didn't know that the media was out for me to silence me early. So Fazir, come at me. They don't ask them about the political parties. Who is all the membership? Who is all the leader? Where they get all the money from? No, not at all. They ask Watson Duke that. Watson Duke spent $500,000 in Hyatt. Watson, where they get that money from? No, nobody. They save all that for this. You know why? Because we don't do business with the contract mafia. And as long as you're not doing business with the contract mafia, they're coming to bust your head. Well, not anyway. Anyway, I gotta deal with it. I gotta deal with all. I tell you, this is not the same man that jumped out in politics when I was new and all they kicked me up, all they cuffed me all in my head, sit down on the bed and all the drawers and texting to Hema for Hema to ask me. And I went through and I learned. I went to the school of hard knocks. So now that my fist big and my back strong, now if you come to fight me and I knock you out, don't go and call Michael Kwame and say one of the PNM pussies get their feelings hurt. Come and sue Philip. Because one of the pussies in the PNM get their feelings hurt and they're crying because they went home and they find out the wife sleeping with the yard boy because the husband is a pussy. Kwame is the PNM's pussy lawyer. Every time one of the PNM pussies crying, they call him. Anytime they find out the wife horning them because Philip make them look like an ass. Tomorrow on Picton Street. Tomorrow on Telegraphing. Tomorrow on Picton Street. And I want to find out if the density given to a property owned and built by a senior member of the PNM government, if that corresponds with the law of the land, the green space allocation of that project. I want to know, and I want to know if any corruption took place. We're on Picton Street tomorrow. But tonight, we're dealing with this simp of a prime minister who nearly get taken by the Nigerian prince. I returned a call to the Secretary General on Sunday. This man, boy, whose number and profile picture I have on my phone. I thought nothing unusual of this up to the point since the Gates Foundation had made grants to Trinidad and Tobago at least twice before. Now, we never got an accounting for that. So maybe they made grants, but it went straight in the contract mafia pocket and friends and family of the PNM. This being so, I mentioned at the press conference on Sunday that I was advised that we are to be allocated another grant as described. Today, I attempted to speak to the Secretary General on the number I was carrying on my phone, but was only able to communicate by WhatsApp and not voice. A person purporting to be the Secretary General attempted to encourage me to use a foreign bank to receive this grant, but there would be a significant processing fee. Bing, 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 bing. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Where's Simon in Africa? He loaded paint in the back of a truck. Where you need? Where anybody of any structural, substantial, intellectual value in that jackass farm, PNM. Where? Who you could call? Who can you call? Faris? Faris and his crackerjack law degree? Who you could call? Fitzgerald Hines? Come on! Fitzgerald Hines couldn't find his way if he was facing forward and you told him go forward. It is a literal jackass farm. Half of them dumb as a post. And you know it. And you're shame. All your shame and all you know your government is a shit show. But you black and they black and you had to say, I had to take it. There's a shit show we getting for being black. That's it. That's the only reason you vote for the PNM. Be honest. The only reason you vote, she's an Indian, them is Indian, them coming to take all of their money and throw it in the yard. So you can't vote for that, so you can vote for this, and you have no choice. So you vote for this shit show out of fear. And those that supporting that band, they're voting them out of fear as well. The 1% contract mafia has divided you all among each other and have you all foolishly thinking that either of you is the enemy. But both of you all catching your ass. And the 1% contract mafia riding you like a bull in rodeo. Come on, I'm making 8 seconds tonight. And you're taking it because you're focused on the wrong person. I see a video on social media, 2 gazelles with their horns nice and long and nashy. Lock. He ain't trying to hide. 2 of them lock so. You pushing so and you pushing. And the lion coming. You know somebody there tonight. If I'm lucky, both of them there. 2 of them pushing one another, fighting one another for nothing. For what? The ground they're standing on. Lion coming to bust your truth. And I say, but look, Trinidad. Look, PNM and UNC supporters. Look, the contract mafia coming. All ever see that video? All ever see that video? UNC supporters. All ever see that video? All you talk, all you have sense, all you have book sense. You ever see it? The 2 gazelles, I'm telling you. The lion coming from so far. One of them gazelles gonna get a call on the phone. Hey, a lion coming to bite you, you know. 2 of them locked. They can't move. Lion going and kill somebody. PNM, UNC, contract mafia. Conversation over. Our simp of a prime minister nearly gave away the treasury to a Nigerian prince. My suspicion was further aroused when the person on the other end attempted to guide me towards making a substantial deposit. You know what I'm laughing at? You're laughing at this jackass of a prime minister that a scam artist could get Keith Rowley on the phone. That's the funniest thing of all. That a scam artist, you could see Simon and Senator now, hey, Bill giving me money, boy. Calm. The budget looking sweet. Oh, first we're going to fool black people. We're going to tell them what? We come from a deficit to a net profit. Why? Because Russians killing Ukrainians and the price of oil high. And I told Trinidad, that's a boom. Our oil price is going to go through the roof and our bank account will swell. First, they take away your subsidy and tell you we have no money. And then they come back and tell you we washing, we flushing, we big, we stink. Everybody nice. Church, hey, money ain't no problem. He was channeling his inner Eric Williams. Money ain't no problem. Everybody in Trinidad, nice. And then 1 week later, the CP hotel workers, essential workers, people that we actually need, not jackasses like Shamfa Kujo and Randall Mitchell, real workers that we need to run the country. You tell them 0%, 0%, 0%, 0%, 1%, 0%, 1%. And all you're waiting to down tools. All you're like the 2 gazelle. All you're waiting. All you're waiting. When you're going to when you think the jackass who was poking the lion in the Jamaican zoo, when you think he realized he's an asshole, when the lion bite down on his finger, you put your finger in a lion mouth. The only word, I put one word as a comment on the thread. Idiot. You're an idiot. You have to be an idiot. If I go to a zoo and the lion is behind a chain link fence alone, I leave in the zoo. Because shit can happen. Shit has happened. Shit has happened before. Shit will happen again. That's why the insurance industry exists, in case shit happens. That's what insurance is for. You buy insurance for your life, your car, your health, your house, everything. In case shit happens. And a chain link fence is not and wire with electricity running through it. And that can't fight a lion. And that cat sticking the finger and provoking the lion. So when the lion lock on the finger, is then his mind say, wait now, there's a lion? Wait now, you have my finger? Wait now. And when that struggle ended, he left the finger that he was provoking that lion with in the lion mouth. How you like them apples? But a scam artist was able to get the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago on the phone and scam him. Simon, what you think? Simon, what you think, boy? Boss, that's something good. Anybody have rum? That's something good. Rohan, I don't know. All you know, I don't know what to think. I'm a jackass. I just here to help all your wash money. It's something good then. Bill, they send me money, let me take it. It's a jackass farm. Clarence, how they something? Boss, I know I'm missing my wife and I'm weeping. It's a jackass farm. That's what it is. Foster Cummins, how you find this song in? If it have money in it, I take it. It's a jackass farm. Camille Robinson Regis, come in, boss. I here's money. I went to get some brown paper bags. It's a jackass farm. Where Penelope Beckles? She chopping some coconut. She trying to distract them from seeing that our whole government is a jackass farm. Somebody called Paula Gopi School. She already there. She waiting to hug up the people when they come with the money. It's a jackass farm. That's your government. That's your whole government. Imps, pimps, and simps. Trinidad and Tobago. And tell yourself, no matter what I'm voting, Rowley, you're voting for a cat. You're voting for a jackass. You're voting for a fool. And you are a jackass. And the fact that you could use your vote to frustrate the rest of the country by voting a jackass into office, because you're a police officer and they tell you 0%, 0%, 0%, 0%, 1%. Leave your little child dragging in the half a diaper they had in La Hoqueta and go and get your head blow off, putting yourself in danger for the same 1% contract mafia who taken by hundreds of millions and gone. About that, Rowley! 0% in your ass. You vote for that, you jackass. My suspicions were further aroused when the person on the other end attempted to guide me towards making a substantial deposit in a Chinese bank as a prerequisite to receiving the grant. Hey, boy, let me tell you how I wish this bitch had get catch. Having requested and not received any documentation and being contacted in a familiarity not normally associated with it. Hey, Kitos! Melinda and Bill send we with money for all your boy. Where? What are you drinking? This jackass. Only don't call my phone, I'm alive. Not normally associated with the office of the Secretary General. A familiarity. Hey, Kitos, what's up, bro? I was now convinced that this was a most brazen scam. Simon, what do you think? Yeah, boy, it sounds a little strange, boy. Anybody have rum? Being run in the shocking manner as described. I subsequently checked with the chairman of CARICOM to see what was happening at his end. Hey, they robbing all the two or just me? This is all of yours. I see only jackass in the room. Hold on, eh? Hello, good evening. We are live on a live video. Is the country on fire? If not, hang up and WhatsApp me, please. All right, nice. Advise. head of news in Guardian Media. All you publish, they'll with it. He gone with it. Dominic Kaliprasad, the chief and farm of a country. Every single person in every single position of authority in this country have been put there for one purpose: to support the 1% contract mafia, rob, rape, plunder, and pillage this country. And all them little government ministers who move from driving B13 to Porsche Cayenne and Range Rover, them so out of their freaking league that they think they're winning. That they think they're winning at life. Sign this paper, sign that paper. They're winning at freaking life. You hear the rest? I want to see what BC Paris right there. I will be referring this matter to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service and all other relevant authorities. Who else exists in Trinidad to deal with that? McDonald Jacobs, beyond his league. He cannot handle that type of investigation. There's nobody. They've not funded them. I asked Stephen Williams in the Chamber of Commerce lunch when Stephen Williams was the acting commissioner of police, and they opened the mic. And I stood up and I took the mic. I asked them, I said, Mr. Commissioner, is the fraud squad and the anti-corruption bureau funded and set up properly? He said, in a word, no. That should have been the top story, but it wasn't. It was cut. It was left on the cutting room floor because it is not in the media's interest to cut their own masters, owners' throats. Trinidad is a corrupt society. When the Chamber of Commerce head, Gabriel Farrier, said, and he was a former managing editor or editor-in-chief or managing director or one of these interdisposable titles of the same Guardian Media, he said that the PNM and the UNC are only interested in government insofar as they could feather their own nests. And that was the head of the Chamber of Commerce. And when the government under Keith Rowley took umbrage, the rest of the Chamber of Commerce said, well, you could umbrage all you want, but it's the truth. And they'd back down and leave him there. And when Karen Nunes-Teixeira could come out and say the government knows, the government is in dealings with massive businessmen who are involved in massive narcotics and money laundering in Trinidad and Tobago. The government knows. Did Oogly Boogly and Guardian Media start an investigative story? No. He cannot. He cannot investigate who signing his checks. Massive business. So you don't know which massive business. She just said massive business. Now there are quite a few massive businesses in the country. And you don't know which ones of them. She said, and my friend, the former mayor of Arima, Ghassan Youssef, said, clear the air. Because every businessman now is tainted. And that's a fact. Karen Nunes-Teixeira left it like Schrodinger's cat. It is both alive and dead at the same time because you have no way of knowing. We know Trinidad and Tobago is a drug trafficking narco pipeline to the world. Somebody clean out the weed well fast. Somebody let in the cocaine pass. Rudder sang that 20 years ago. And he's not the first. There was a La Tinta inquiry. There was $600 million found on some very well-heeled people in house in Monas Island, and 6 little 2x4s from John Street in Cocorite make a jail. The country has sent cocaine in massive volumes to Norfolk, Virginia, to Canada, to Vietnam, to the Philippines, to Spain. We've intercepted cocaine going just about anywhere. So you know, Trinidad is involved. When Karen Nunes Teixeira said that, the police didn't interview her. There is nobody. We're not set up to deal with that. We're not set up to fix shit at that level. So if the Prime Minister had gotten scammed, if he had go chasing money by taking treasury money and depositing it in an account in China, that boy did a laugh at me. That would have made the news worldwide. In other news, Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Keith Rowley, has been scammed by a Nigerian prince. Because every freaking person in the world knows. Everybody. Everybody blocks every one of those involuntary cryptocurrency bullshit. You have to know. You have to know that it's bullshit. That don't put your money in other people's hands until you see the value. Don't buy future. Don't buy the future. They've been selling you the future. There was bullying little boys in them orphan homes, telling them when you're dead, you're going to heaven. Shut up and take wood. When you're dead, God will welcome you in because you stood up and you took the pressure. They sell your dreams. And that's how they con you. Because they get you to believe in a better life. Keith Rowley thought for a minute, wow. So we bust the country and we mash up the country, and now that Faris and Foster at war, so Faris leaking all Foster information to the media, so Foster in trouble. So now, Rowley know that, you know. Rowley know it's only a matter of time, because all that bullshit law, suit and all that crap Foster doing, what the Express put out this today. That's it. It's over. It's over. Now, will there be investigations? Will there be arrests and prosecutions? I don't know. Camille Robinson and the $163,000, $143,000 in cash in a brown paper bag didn't attract the attention of law enforcement, the financial intelligence unit. She's not been charged. She's not been fired. She's still there talking her shit. Camille Robinson, Regis, is still there talking shit, drawing a full, fat salary regardless. It's a shit show. We got a response from a Freedom of Information request to the Ministry of Agriculture, Horticultural Services Division, that the people who planted a pole in the park don't have permission. They never had permission. They didn't call nobody. They didn't write nobody. They say, boy, to hell with all you. We monitor all. Put a pole there. Nobody expecting Philip Alexander to come along and investigate them and ask who gave all the permission for that. Calling the other political leaders and saying, boy, all you talk to Philip now. Tell him all you have to come by me for money eventually. Leave it alone now. But they don't know that's not how Philip is set up. Didn't come into the politics for the link up. That's why me and Kirk Wade can't be friends. Kirk tell me in Adams, and I'll never forget, years ago, the name of the mission is Link Up. Link Up. Everybody linking up. A set of shit talk. A set of ass talk. You're playing this way today, you're playing that way the next time, and it doesn't matter. Going forward, 9:40 on Monday, May 23rd. I was supposed to give that date and time at the start, and I apologize. But there's so much wrong with this country. So much incredibly wrong with this country. Listen to Singing Sandra tell you about the 700,000 people who living below the poverty line. Who that number can't show up nowhere because we riding them like ass. Listen to her tell you about their condition.
Sunrise slowly over the hill. Everywhere is gold and sunlight, but still, most nights the doctors are crowded. There is the doctors are shrouded. They don't smile and they never win. Only one vacancy no employment. Got a firecracker from gunshot. Let us know when things get hot. I wait to look out the window to hear voices. So I hear you sing the chorus. Yeah. Oh, crying, yeah, crying, yeah.
Right. So I retired from the horticultural division of the Ministry of Agriculture years ago. I was responsible at various times for different parts of the thing, and I could tell you pesticides were not and cannot be used as at these venues because of the existing water table below these venues. Check the amount of wells WASA has in the Queen's Park Savannah. Use of pesticides are forbidden. You can check WASA on that. So what you're saying to me is the signs that they put up, or the sign that says pesticides are used here, is just more bullshit to frighten Trinidadians from using the park. When does the police involve themselves in this blatant land grab?
Mothers just hold their head and fall, and them woman stronger than a wall. I big pusher, I hate your daughter. Son in jail for manslaughter. Too bad for you, hear them black boys coming. That's the black man's choice. Let shadow say poverty is hell. You little your child baby, start to swear. Some say life is a cycle.
I don't draw she no circle.
Nobody call and I could tell.
Come on,
Inside it, keep howling.
inside your belly real growling.
Boys wait very often.
Since measuring our coffin,
One night, in bed you're sleeping.
next night is up.
Awake that you're keeping. So you pray to win the lotto. Not to hear them fighting. What they doing? I hear you. It's just crying. Yeah, yeah. Crying. Yeah, crying. 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 Yeah, yeah. With tented pride they soldier on. Revolution big for them chance born. I'm not in their tragic story. With a journalist story. So under the universe scorn.
Since the day they born.
Some call them rebels without a cause. These social victims of unjust laws. Yet they christen the heroes. Renegades, desperados. Forever knocking on heaven's door. Steel and music shot as the sign. Harmony to conquer the violence. Big men run when trumps approach. Fighting for scraps with the cockroach. Young turks, they're tough protected. Almost every young girl expected. So tomorrow, best is over. Let me get another child. So crying. 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 Yeah, crying. Crying. Yeah.
before social media start enforcing monkeypox community standards, I ain't have to start yet. I just want to ask a question. Because my mother didn't make any stupid children we check. None of my mother children stupid. And I want to ask you, there is a virus that is so rare, monkeypox. It have to jump. It have to jump from the animal kingdom into humans. And there was a short list, and if you go and check my videos, because I can't tell you which one, but we talked about monkeypox a year or two ago, and we told you all it's on the list. But I just trying to understand, and I know if they can help me. How a virus that is so incredibly rare and so difficult, I think you have to be sucking face with the monkey to get it. And the monkey had to have it. How is it so incredible, incredibly rare, a virus like monkeypox, all of a sudden, show up in 5 different countries in the world at the same time, boy? What's the odds? They forking with all, you know, not knifing, not spooning, they forking because it had to be. It had to be. They need a virus bad, they need something, monkeypox and all your ass.
Opportunities, well, them always close. Can't get one once in white color. If I can't stretch me dollar, later for me crack or smoke me pipe. Some Josh all the dead from crime. Life does break, dignity and pride. Till there's only bitterness left inside.
And every day is a arguments are settled with muscle.
Till you're 6 feet deep by 3 feet whitewash. Children!
Through life keep on drifting. Is something they're smoking or sniffing? Or maybe they're trying to forget this life of misery and regret. No one to come to their rescue.
Except Capleton and Buju. So they boombox since the Lego. The drum voices to the crying. It's still crying.
When they call me and they tell me the problem, they say, oh God, Mr. Alexander, I get your number from social media. I get your number from Charlie, you get it from Mary. I get your number from the parlor down by the bar where they sell the lotto tickets. I get your number. I need to talk to you. Oh God, is an emergency. Tell me what it is right here. Tell me what's the emergency. And I ask, have you been to your member of parliament? Have you been to social development ministry? Have you been to your church? Go to Jason Gordon. Have you been anywhere before you come to me? Have you protested? Have you gone to Balize House and spit on the pavement and cut up your PNN card and burn your jersey? Have you tell them, don't come near we? Because that pose you piss all you teach me to hold for political opponents, I'm holding it for all you now. Yeah, when, what? Because you see, everybody telling me, Phil, they calling you, you know. They calling you because they want somebody to help them, but they'll go back and vote PNM. And a fella named Chester something who does dog me on all their media page. He said they only coming to you because they know you're looking for fame and you will help them. And then they'll go back and vote for the PNM. I say yes. For people who don't give a shit about you. And what does that say about you? Cuff me in my face, kick me in my head. Hey Phil, give me a bandage and I'm a friend. 2 aspirin and a juice, thank you brother. Come back PNM, cuff me and kick me again. What does it say about you? What does it say about you that you don't have the common sense to come in out of the rain? What does it say about you? Okay, this is not an Indian party. So all you can't tell me is Indian. All you can't tell me not now. No, he ain't no 1% because all them Syrians suing him. So you can't chain me up about the man. He ain't involved with nobody. All them people in his political party, them brand new. When you check them, they come out the pack today. So you have an option. A bright, a strong, a courageous. We here a long time. We fight 3 by election. We nearly win 1. We fight a national election. We were the 3rd largest party in the country, and we will The only reason we didn't have all 41 candidates is we get catch with the snap election. We wasn't expecting that, and unlike the others, when them deep pocket financiers and contractors come and drop, look at 10,000 jersey, look at 10,000 jersey, paid for jersey for the same two parties. So everybody had the jersey, everybody had the truck, and everything paid for. Like contract mafia. When Marshall Walker telling you, we gonna be different, we gonna change it. The same people that pay for the PNN truck, pay for Rowley truck, pay for her truck. She down in Carnage and she making a big noise. Watch we stop traffic. Police come and tell me we gotta move. Who she think pay for the poster she face on? Who she think? Kamala? She think Kamala love she? Jolene John? Where Jolene John get the money from? Who she think pay for the truck? Who she think pay the people to walk with her? Because if them wasn't getting paid, nobody walking with her. She talking shit on Facebook. Marsha Walker, you lovable lunatic. You have no clue. You have absolutely no understanding. The only difference between you and Suzette Lower is Suzette Lower in Holland. Two are you all clueless. And always window freaking dressing for the politics. And that's what they're using you for. And they only bring you back because you hang around me a little bit. And I know. Satish just tell me that all the time, you know. Philip boy, these people is just use you to raise their profile. And I know. But I tell them, all you have Marsha Walker, make her all your PRO. I mean, she couldn't do worse than freaking Kirk Mego. Kirk Mego as a PRO is second only to Simon Dinobriga as a communication minister. This is communication as science. Both parties don't understand that. And that is why your prime minister almost gets scammed by a Nigerian prince. And it is why Kamala Persad-Bissess's own people set her up to fail on a platform with a Photoshop. There is a progressive empowerment party. And you may not like the fact that I'm exposing the political den cult that you have been a part of for all these years and Aji and Aja was a part of. But I want to tell you something. You can't sweat for other people's fever. You can't take the same chain up. You can't continue. It's like the woman who in the house and the man beating she and molesting the children, but he providing food. You can't be making them kind of misdirected anti-sense. You can't be making those kind of decisions. 700,000 people in this country living under the poverty line. Ask any organization that dealing with charity. It's a never-ending stream of poverty. You could quicker name the rich and wealthy communities in Trinidad and Tobago, but you can't name the amount. I try. I could just do the West, just the West. Morva, Beatam, Lavantel, Sealots, Bagatelle, Covine, Picton, Mason, Saganga, Abu Pujad, Scorpion, Hague Street, Saganga, Waterhole, Cocorit, Harden Place, Point Kumana, Caranage, River Estate. That's just from the dump. That's just from the dump. Fazir, that alone is 700,000 people. Right there. Where do we get the numbers from? Where want us to get the numbers from? And boy, I want to tell you, I was bright then, but I wasn't as prepared as I am now. Now, I could come to an interview half drunk, riding a unicycle, eating a banana split with a blindfold on, and you can't catch me. Because I've seen it all, and I've been through it all, and I've been beaten by the media in Trinidad and Tobago. I've been beaten bloody by the media in Trinidad and Tobago, and I understand the plays. And I understand who are the good guys, and there are good girls and guys in the media, don't get me wrong. But I want to say to those who say, boy, Phil, it ain't me, that they work. That is what the people who was killing Jews were saying in Germany. We were just following orders. And that's the corruption that killed the country. The people who were just following orders. And now they get 0%, 0%, 0%, 0% for following orders. How you like them apples? That is Trinidad and Tobago. That's where we are. That's where we reach. That's where we go in. There's a woman named Sahai De Silva. Her number is 3748747. Write that down. Sahai, write down 3748747. If you call Sahai right now at 3748747, She will help you make a donation to the Progressive Empowerment Party because we need your help, because we have no drug lords and we have no political investors and we have none of them 1%ers dropping 10,000 jerseys for us. This that I wear and I had to pay for. Because we do it that way. And we can account for every dollar, every loaf of bread we have, we can account for. It's hard for us, it's difficult, it's not easy. And we constantly begging. I never hear another political party in this country beg as much as me. People say that, they say every show does end with you begging. I have to, that's my job, I'm beggar in chief. You all know we have a cruise coming in a couple of weeks. It's to raise funds. They've been fighting us on multiple fronts, but we could fix it. We could fix it. Felicia's number is 7694590. Satish number is 7968172. Indira number is 7192888. To sign up for the Citizens Union, 4862888. You can visit peptt.com/join. citizensuniont.org/join. And you could come aboard. No, I won't live forever. And I know that. And I feel what this fight is sucking out of me every single day. And to all of those people who think that when I lose, they win, I want them to look around. I want them to look at the condition of their lives, what they had to sell to get anything. I want them to look at the education they got, the healthcare if they get sick. I want them to look at their children and the future that is laying in front of their children. And I want them to tell me what they've ever won at all. There is a way, of course, and the Progressive Empowerment Party is that way, and you have to be willing to be strong. First adopters, great, but we need massive support. Every Saturday at noon, come out in your thousands. Make the time, because you just make the time to call me. Phil, I get your number from Harry, Sally, and Mary. I get your number from social media. I get your number from Under Place, Martin Pizza Boys. I get your number, get your number, get your number. I have your number. Come to me. Saturdays at noon. Don't call me anymore. Come. Come there. Come out. At least make an attempt. The Horticultural Services Division knows that they gave nobody permission to put a pole in the park. The Horticultural Services Division have enough staff that could take down massive trees. Yet tonight that pole's still there. Despite them writing me to say that they've given nobody permission of any kind to erect a pole in Wildflower Park. Why hasn't an order been given to demolish the offending structure? I am going to ask that question every day until that pole is removed from Wildflower Park.
If it is that who you're voting, baby, on that go. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the movement to be your people about.
People saying they're not sure they could survive 4 more years. Come out. I will never forget when Joyce Meyer said somebody walked up to her at the end of a seminar and he said to her at the end of a show, at the end of a meeting, and he said to her, Joyce, I can't wait to win the lotto so I can give you all the money from the winning. She said, I can't get you to give me the $20 you have in your pocket right now. You'll give me millions when you win it. And that's a fact. You can't be sitting down home, pissing in your pocket, telling yourself, boy, we can't wait 4 years and not coming out. So what you want to happen? You send it to call Jesus? Is the fella who pray to Christ every night, oh God, let me win the lottery now, oh God, let me win the lottery now, oh God, let me win the lottery now. And God answer him, well, meet me halfway now, buy a freaking ticket now. All you want change, but all you don't want to stand up for change. So how you think the change going and come?
When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the time is now, then change should come about. Just as how you vote them in. Vote them out. Register and vote them out. If they don't see, vote them out. State your finger and vote them out. Show them no mercy. Vote them out. Vote them out with total spread and utter disdain. Let's put our country together again. Put them out of power.
Terminate their reign.
Let's put our country together again.
I have been employed with the NCRHA for the past 3 years as a relief worker. I was given a short-term contract sometime mid last year, which I accepted. During the contract, I had a sudden family emergency, so I wrote the HR department to excuse me for the duration of the contract. I was told I would have to reapply. For the 3 years, this was the first time I had to end a contract before time, and I am an employee with good appraisals. I don't know what to do, and now I am unemployed. Saturday at noon. Saturday at noon, 14 to 17 Victoria Square. I said Stanmore Avenue for years. That's where our head office was. We're now at 14 to 17 Park Street, Victoria Square. I want you to hear some of the messages that I get. The address of the Saturday meeting, Victoria Square. Once you look for Victoria Square, we'll put pep banners outside. There's a 5-story building, only one white 5-story building across the road from Victoria Square. Ask anybody, grab and go. You'll see a sign mark, grab and go. It is right there. It is 14 to 17 Park Street, Victoria Square. It is before Scotia. It's between where Power Gen and Scotia used to be. Phillip Street is on the corner right after La Perouse Cemetery, where Arapita Avenue comes then in. We start. While Flower Park, together with Hart Street, is one of the muster points in the evacuation of Port of Spain plan. Hence, how can the public be prevented from entry? There is an ambitious agricultural officer whose parents live down the islands. That's how things come out. See, I'm not suggesting there's a link. I want you to hear some of them so you know. Mr. Alexander, looking at TV6 News, our tourism minister calling on locals to work on cruise ships. Why don't he ask the cruise ships to come to try and promote our country and all our greenery to the outside world? I think our minister of tourism working on his head. No, he's an asshole. But I want to tell you why the cruise ships can't come to Trinidad, as Harry Hunt says. No cruise ship is coming to Trinidad where they take in less people when they reboard because some of the passengers have been shot dead in Port of Spain. Because you could just as easily walk off that boat, cross into South Key, and instead of turning left and walking to Arapita Avenue, you turn right and you end up in Laventille. And that's the reality. That's the truth. Until we fix our country, somebody asked me, like, everybody going mad. Yes. Everybody at the top there, they mad. Camille Robinson Regis in Parliament. When I tell you, this woman's voice, the only worse than her face is her voice. Before I close, Mr. Vice President, let me make the point that in relation to the issue that was raised by Senator Professor Dio Saran regarding the report in relation to the foster homes and that issue of abuse between the period of 1991 to 1995, there were some attempts made to try to put administrative arrangements in place in order to train people to the proper care of children. In fact, that particular SABGA report was used by the then Ministry of Social Development to examine all the issues as they related to the care of children. The issues that were raised in that report were very revealing in circumstances where our society are depending on a number of foster homes to ensure care for our young children and for children who had suffered abandonment by their families. That report did in fact inform quite a number of the policies that were developed during that period, especially as they related to the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child. Mr. Vice President, let me give the assurance to all senators that we on this side will in fact do all in our power, and indeed I think the substance of the budget that was presented, and in fact our vision for Trinidad and Tobago, indicates that ours is an intention to ensure that society in which we live is a society that looks at the interests not only of children, but all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Vice President, may I say thank you to those senators who did in fact contribute to this very important debate. She said that November 19, 2002, Keith Rowley is a blasted liar. He's a double-tongued deceiver. He's a Decepticon. He's the father of lies. He is Satan's big child. Keith Rowley tell the nation that the report was never laid in Parliament and it was never debated. But look at Gil Friday. Look on Hansard, you jackass. Or you forget Google. Or you forget that we're writing down what you're saying. So it must come back and bite you in your ass. I just got invited to take part in a historic something to do with the history, and I'll tell you more as I know. Right, Akanath Singh Plant Diagnostic Clinic. This evening, I visited my lettuce farmer Randy. Every month I visit him. Just 20 years old and got leptospirosis while on the farm. Farmers, please put on your farm boots when on the farm. He is breathing through a tube. We thought he was not going to make it. I don't have much, but I offer all I can. I am fed up of those MPs begging MPs for help on his behalf for months now and no help. I am begging you all, can someone help with the following items, please? You can call his mom at 308-4596, Risha. Listen, or just press rewind, eh? Is he coming back and writing, read the number again? Just press rewind. 308-4596, Risha in St. Augustine. They need disposable underpants, salve, antiseptic, underpads or underpants, salve, antiseptic liquid, paper towels, Amen's baby powder, petroleum jelly, baby wipes. Anybody who could help. Go on, from now on. If you send me a message that you're looking for something, you're looking for help in any way, all I have is a big mouth and I will share it on social media with your number so people can contact you directly. I'm giving you all that as a heads up. Tell everybody. If there's one thing our people good at though, is sussing out all the ways that the international community is engaged in genocide. Trinidad, they don't have no business in. But what the international community doing, they know everything about. I'm so proud of myself for seeing that Bill and Melinda Gates bullshit coming. And it's the next thing about the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago and Keith Rowley and the World Health Organization. Let's stop sharing shit now. You could vote yourself a government. Look, when Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj wanted to hang Dole Cheney and Joey Ramaya and the rest of the crew, when he wanted to hang them, and we leave all the human rights groups we was in that was stopping us, Trinidad could do anything Trinidad wanted to do. Trinidad is a sovereign nation. World Health Organization, my ass. Stop believing foolishness. Stop. I know how much trying to tell her that, huh? Stop. Is the Ministry of Works and Transport going to wait until someone is killed before they put this concrete barrier back in place? This is by Macoya traffic lights. I think by now, when Rohan Sinanan freed Macoya lights. I was going to tell you all, the people of Barbados, their Prime Minister was announced today as one of the world's 100 most influential people on Time magazine. And our Prime Minister is going to be one of the top 10 jackasses in government in the world. And if you think I lie, look at the country. It is by their fruits you will know them. Not by what they could say in court with the silk drawers wearing lawyers. It's how the country is and how the thieving going on and where the money going. Mr. Alexander, I would like to bring to your attention the nonsense being done to road restoration between Chief Brand Curry and Marchant Road parallel to the southbound highway. Siriram Brothers, being the contractors, know without a retaining wall along the road it will not stand up, yet they continue to make way for paving. I would like you to bring this to light on your road to progress with Philip Will Fix It. My name is, and I have been following you and very much see a future for my grandchildren with you as the future Prime Minister of the country. Thank you. Mr. Alexander, I would like to show you where the land is being raped for its raw materials such as sand, pit run, gravel, etc. I'm going to pass this to the team and I will see where we go from there. And some of the things that I get, I try to action. And I would like to get some more information on this. So let me give this person Indira number. Those of you who are writing things down, my assistant is Indira Singh Awai and her number is 719-2888. If you'd like to contact me via Indira. Just giving you all some more so you hear what I get on an hourly basis. You know what I hate? I hate those WhatsApps that have an automatic response. That's irritating. We don't believe that you're paying attention to us. So stop sending it out. Robin Montano wrote. Robin Montano wrote, a timeline to understand why Keith Rowley turned on Gary Griffith. The Bayside incident where Keith Rowley, because of ignorance of the law, wanted Griffith and members of the TTPS to arrest citizens on their private properties took place in 2020. The Barrington report, which was the document that presented the delivery and the recall of the merit list for the Commissioner of Police, was first received by Rowley in 2020. Rowley instructed then AG Faris Al-Rawi to amend the law so Gary Griffith could act as Commissioner in April 2021. This means that any suggestion that it was the Bayside incident or that it was the Barrington report that caused Rowley to turn on Griffith must be false. So what could have accounted to Keith Rowley suddenly changing his mind after April 2021? Perhaps the answer lies with the headline in today's Express newspaper, which alerts the public to the flagging of an account that led to the TTPS trying to get production disclosure orders from the court for a number of companies and state enterprises tied to a senior government official. In July 2021, Griffith and the TTPS formed the White Collar Crime Unit, which Griffith stated would go after anyone regardless of political connection. In July 2021, Griffith and the TTPS, in their pursuit of justice, requested monies to hire a senior counsel to fight against it. I like how they write these things, and they need to understand you must write the way people read. Hi, good day, Mr. Alexander. What are the role of appointed councillors in this country? To draw money and to uphold the political establishment. Hi, good evening. I am in a position that I can't live with no more. I can't live, even see my way. Wanted a little help, have serious debts. I just want some help, please, and thanks. Balize House. Balize House need to be putting things in place to protect people and give them hope and opportunity. This is what people going through the country. And so here it is. Good morning, hope all is well. I'm looking for someone to help me. I'm a single mother of an autistic child. However, he is very high functioning and extremely brilliant. He does not have any behavior issues. He was signed up by doctors to attend primary school. I signed him up in school in San Fernando, SDA, close to where I work, and Harmony Hall Presbyterian, where I live, close to the school in San Fernando. Called and said he didn't get in. But I was okay with it, as I know they take kids who live close by. So I decided to call the other school that I applied close to my home. They told me his name was not on the list. I asked them to explain because I know the requirements of getting into a primary school, as I'm a teacher myself. Backtrack, on 4th May, that same school had called me and asked why he's not in the school. I told the person that he has ASD and I gave him an extra year. She paused for about 15 seconds when I said that. Forwarded to the phone call, the principal told me to call back when I asked for an explanation to why he didn't get accepted. After returning the call, 50 minutes later, she said another school took him. I asked her to explain to me how another school has him, and I didn't apply to no other school in the area, and if I can get a number to call the school he got accepted in. She said in a very rude manner she can't give me that information. I had called around other schools until I found which school took him. Please, my son has not got a fair chance to an education because he is different. I need some answers why they put my child in a school I didn't apply to, and I was not informed as his mother. They didn't want to. Honey, the reason is the government. The reason is the politics. You live in a shithole because of politics. Check your voting record. That is why. We've been voting for shitong, charlatans, imps, sips, and pimps for the past 59 years. We thought the wolf wouldn't bite you in your ass. You've been sitting down watching wolves eat up people in Trinidad and Tobago and change the channel. Good day, sir. We can only depend on people like you to get the correct answers and information here in this country, right? Run by these set of crooks. I love the openings, you know. It's always so massaging. I tell people, look, just cut to the chase. Tell me what you're calling for, because I had to be like that, because we can't go through all the massaging. There's too much information coming right now. Myself, as a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, I would still like to know what was the purpose of this secret and short visit by one of the most wealthy and powerful persons like Bill Gates on the afternoon of 26 October 2017 at TNT Yacht Club. I know he must come for some red girl love. He and Melinda was breaking up. I don't know. You ask me that. Somebody just write me to ask me today, the people in the Wildflower Park who put up the imitation signs, did somebody give them permission to use the national emblem to make it appear as if official signs? So, you know, there are many and too many, and we will continue to sink. And I know you don't want to hear me speak like this, but I promise you, like the two gazelles, like that, there are a lion outside there for you. There are a wolf watching you, sniffing you. Must be miss you a couple times because something, an easier target came along, but make no mistake, they're out there and they're hunting. Now, you tell yourself, wherever it is, you tell yourself to get yourself to sleep at night. But I know, with an abundance of honesty, that I've given this country the truth. So every time somebody calls me and tells me that the world is collapsing, I want them to rewind to at least the last 6 years when I started doing these live videos. Hundreds of thousands of hours of these live videos, informing, educating, empowering. And if you choose to ignore, as Banjela said, all of those who hear my voice and ignore, many will pay in time to come. It's a fact. I'm not saying to you, I am anybody special to listen to, but I am telling you, pay close attention to reality, to advice, to guidance, to saying, hey, we're going in a wrong direction. So, my skin get a little thick. And a little angry because the country didn't have to reach like this. That many children didn't have to get raped. The country didn't have to be so stink. The PNM and the UNC arguing about which one of them facilitated those children getting raped more. And I think it's both. I think it was a UNC government that did the investigation. I think the PNM is aware of it and nothing happened 25 years later. 25 years, the children still get abused till Julia Jones come on and do a next investigation and find the same thing was going on. 25 years. Only a sick and shame that your voted molestation for children. You read these stories. You read the story about the little fella from St. Michael's and say what they used to do him. I will never forget. Somebody had told me a story how they was in the back seat of a taxi and the taxi was driving down Wrightson Road. And the fella said, driver, stop right here, stop. And as the driver stopped, the fellow who was sitting down near the door threw open the door and start to beat an old man, beating him senseless. The crowd trying to pull him off and the man beating him with a ferocity. Police come and arrest and he fighting the police to try and beat the old man. The old man out cold and bleeding. And all he's saying is, you know what you do. You know what you do. I don't advocate violence ever. Never. At no time. I just say it. There are plenty of angry people outside there that we didn't defend. We didn't stand up for them. So when you all want to ask, but why they getting on so? Ask yourself, what did you do when you had a chance to rescue them? It is 10:23. It was enjoyable. May 23rd. Going forward from here, it will only happen if we stand together. Nothing else. And if you're still voting race, and if you're still taking kick in your face and cough in your head and you want to go and vote PNM and UNC, I want to say that more than office, I want a clear conscience. And I want to say that I did my best, and I know that I stand for my family, and my family can tell you that I want to consider debts paid. That's me. I want to consider that the contract between me and my parents is they did for me when I was small, I will do for them now that they're old. And the same thing for my country. I got to enjoy my youth in my country, and I've been fighting to fix it since. And if we can't fix it, destiny, some things is just beyond me, and I have to learn to accept that. I hate how my country is run. I despise the fact that it is so easy to fool people and to put imps, simps, and pimps in office to run the country, rob, rape, plunder, and pillage. Everybody talking about the high office holders who involved in the most heinous, picking up little children on French Street corner, all kind of shit. We calling their names behind the scenes, but they have nothing all they could do, and all them not standing together. Look, I don't want to end the show and I miss me with that bullshit, but it's all of me to blame. And Saturday at noon, come out. Saturday at noon, come out. Saturday at noon, come out. Because if you're not coming out, you like it how it is. And if you like it how it is, let me go. And I don't mind it. I don't mind. I could lose election after election. There ain't no problem. When people say that you lose, they forget that I tried. I know that in my heart of hearts, that's what I did. I tried. I resisted every opportunity to better my nest. I resisted every opportunity to take a big position. I resisted every opportunity to sell my talents for pieces of silver. What the rest of them could say. Until tomorrow, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.